Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today it's going to be Fantasy versus Shine and a 1.16 replay, which means it's from around a decade ago. Left side, we've got ourselves Shine, and on the right side we've got Fantasy. So a red Terran versus a brown Zerg here. The options are everybody yellow or a brown versus a red, which means it is not a ladder game, but a practice game. Or maybe, I don't know, from a tournament or something. Got this replay off of Team Liquid from an incredibly large replay pack. Featuring every single matchup and a lot of players. And, man, Team Liquid, a good resource for StarCraft information. So, ZVT, here on Heartbreak Ridge. I kind of associate Heartbreak Ridge with the Foreigner scene, but I've cast a few games between two Koreans like this one. So, it was a ladder map once upon a time, so I don't know why I associate it with Foreigner players. Anyway, SCV scouting here, and Overlord scouting with Terry. What's up, Terry? Yep, two-player map. You know that, so your odds of dying are pretty darn high. And drone scouting from Shine. I'm pretty darn sure each of them saw the other scouting worker. SCV, are we going to do a little bit of a proxy here? Shine? Oh, no. Okay, so diverts engineering bay block. All right, that's interesting enough. Not as interesting as a proxy barracks, but is this a proxy hatch? No. It's got 300. He could proxy hatch like right here. It'd be hilarious. Not gonna do it. And look at this engineering bay blocking. This is a map where it kind of okay, barracks coming up. This is a map where taking your natural late kind of stinks. Not like there's a super easily accessible third you can just go to. And he just throws up the hatchery off center, doesn't worry about getting the gas for the moment. He's probably gonna set up another hatch just below it and use this as a proxy, I'd assume. I don't know that I've seen this response before. Oh, but a gas steal. Okay, cool. So we get a gas steal in response to the hatch block. So this is good. Some early aggression for both these players. I don't have a ton of fantasy replays, but this is one of them, and I really do enjoy it. I enjoy watching fantasy too. I get requests for fantasy from time to time, and if you have a player you'd like me to cast, well, first of all, go to my channel. So just youtube.com/FalconPaladin. There's a search bar up top, and you can search for player names. So I had somebody ask, would you mind casting some Boxer replays? And I was like, I have already. Woohoo! Just go to that page, search Boxer. You'll see a bunch of Boxer replays. I've got playlists actually set up for Jaedong, for Flash, for Bisu. I think I have one for Idra as well. He's a pretty popular player to watch, mostly for his rage, but also because he's pretty good, I think. Mostly for his rage, though. So yeah, if you have a request of a player you'd like me to cast, I had somebody request that I cast some Violet games a couple years ago, and I learned about Violet and learned that he unfortunately passed away from leukemia in 2012. A really talented Protoss player, taken too early, and it was just nice to be able to cast some of his games and remind people who he was and honor him that way. So I don't know, I wasn't going to find out about Violet that day unless somebody requested Violet matches, so by all means, send in requests. Lair coming in before metabolic boost. Out of Shine, loving that. Overlord checks the timing on the expander Rooney. It's a 1-Rax expand. Finally, this extractor dies, and finally can start getting his own refinery here for Fantasy. So his gas is going to be a little late, which means you got to rely on a couple Marines moving out, maybe throwing up a bunker here before we can get into siege tanks or vultures or any of that other gas stuff that's locked behind the factory. But SCV doing a pretty good job staying alive here. And yeah, if you're not going to get metabolic boost, like, it just takes you a lot longer to kill workers that are cruising around inside your base scouting everything that you're doing. Little frustrating, to be sure, if you're, on the other scouting end here, but maybe get metabolic boost? I don't know. I'm victim blaming here is what I'm doing. So SCV finally goes down, but, the Lair doesn't get canceled. There's no way you're going to cancel Lair this deep into the upgrade to Lair. So Lair's done, and we don't have enough gas for a Spire yet. So maybe we're holding off for a Hydralisk then. Maybe a Lurker-style rush. But man, Mutalisks are just so that everything... There it is. Okay. So there's your Spire coming in. Why did I think he didn't quite have enough gas for that? I was reading Fantasy's gas numbers. Because he sure doesn't. But he doesn't want to make a Spire. He's fine. He's got a lot of Marines, medics. Going to be one of those Marine medic-style timings that you're going to have to get off Sunkens for if you're Shine. because Fantasy is very, very good that way. And here come Los Zerglings. They're going to jump on in, natural base, see what's what. I'm surprised. I guess there's a million Marines down here. Scouting a million Marines is not bad. This is it. So he sees this, and he's like, oh, so medic out. There's like 10 Marines out on the field right now. So let's 100% definitely throw up some Sunkens. There's 1, maybe 2, like 3 is kind of the magic number here. Especially if Stim's going to be finished, and by golly it is. Oh, but nice snipe on the medic. I didn't even see that at first. The Lings totally got a snipe on that medic, reducing the healing capability immensely, also all the way down to 0. There are no... Oh, there's 1. 2-1 medic, which can't be healed because there's not another medic in the group. Can you hold this with 2 Sunkens if there's only 1 medic? I guess we'll find out. We're going to give it a try. This is not something you can delay for either. Like, if once you're doing this kind of an attack, the longer you wait, the worse it's going to be for you. So Fantasy does... Is he going to march in? You're going to wait for this thing to turn into a Sunken. All right, so Sunken up. Zergling's dying. Nice target fire on the Sunken. There's only 1. All right. Nice. And then he kills as many drones as he can before the second Sunken finishes. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Can we circuit that down? Kill it fast. Beautiful. And then some Mutalisks pop out. Hey, some Mutas are here, and they're going to help kill this for sure. A bunch of drones go down, though. Wow. So 19 drones to 29 SCVs. Good advantage right now from Fantasy. Killing some drones during that attack. Killing a couple Sunkens. Maybe a Mutalisk went down there, too, but +1 flyers coming in from Shine. He is believing mightily in the power of the Mutalisk right now in this match today. So, missile turrets coming up. None too late for these missile turrets to come up. Oh, maybe a little bit too late for these turrets to come up. Oh, no. Just the one. Just the one got canceled or paused temporarily. The other ones are up in time. If, again, just barely. I'm going to find individual units to snipe. Individual Marines, SCVs. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. All right, factory in production, loving that stuff. I mean, even if you're going 8 racks, which maybe Fantasy is here today, you still want a factory because you need to get science vessels out. And that is the aforementioned tech path. Mutalisk count is at 8. Looking all right here. Taking 3 hits is never good. Like, it's the thing, the Muta Micro is pretty tricky. An amateur like you and I would have a fairly difficult time with it, and if you just wander in range of the mutas without actually targeting anything, like attacking at the right time, then you just take marine gun hits for nothing. It's not ideal. Guess what? There's more Mutalisks coming out. We've got 9 of them now. There's another couple ones joining the party here. There they are. Glad you could make it, boys. Working on that +1 flyer, which just kicked in. Wait, he was getting +1. Was he not getting +1 flyer? I think he canceled +1 flyer. I think he saw the number of barracks and was like, okay. Well, no, he's making 3 more Mutalisks. Huh. I'm really surprised he's going for heavier Mutalisks and not going into Lurkers at this stage of the game. Does he even have Hydralisk then? Does he have a 3rd base? No. He could be getting a 3rd base. He's just choosing not to. Muta's continuing to getting some work done, but I don't know that they're doing enough work. Dude, seriously, though. You have 600 minerals in the bank. Let's go. Shine, throwing down that 3rd hatch. Beautifully done. I like that I'm telling, Shine, spend your money. Expend when you mean to. When I play, I'm like, 3rd bases. Oh, right. It's 9 minutes. I guess I should get that thing started. So I'm, worse than Shine. Substantially, in every possible way is what I'm saying. But still, hindsight is 20/20. The power of the observer is you can see everything that's happening. And you can recognize that a 3rd base is late. Such powers. I'm really shocked he didn't get +1 flyer. I swear I saw that on the production tab. He's got so many mutas. I mean, sure, he's teching into Lurkers now. And it's not mutas forever, and upgrades you spend on Lurkers are just going to get more value over time than upgrades for Mutalisk, so I understand it, but he had it going. Unless I'm hallucinating, which, entirely possible. Falcon's up here hallucinating games. Ow, 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 okay, all right. That was a lot of dead mutas for no damage on the other side. Ow, it's another one. At least he killed a Marine with that attack, but not looking good. 67 to 60 supply here. Fantasy is up, which is to be expected with all of these Marines, with +1 attack, mind you. God, another Mutalisk dies in exchange for a couple Marines. He's trying to buy time for this 3rd base to come up so we can get some spores or some Sunkens up here and maybe you know, some lurkers if they can delay for enough time. Free Overlord, though. This is not Terry. Actually, Terry's alive. I'm pretty sure this is Terry up here. Good job, Terry! I said you were going to die early. You did not. So basically, you can't spend your gas on lurkers, which you'd like to, but your lurker den or lurker upgrade is not done yet. Metabolic boost isn't even done yet. Did he? He was working on that earlier too. He's been canceling upgrades all over the place. Shine, make up your mind here. Yeah, I don't know that one sunken's going to be enough to hold this, but 3 lurkers are egging up here at the natural in case the army decides to head that way. And I think this third base is just dead. And this is what I love to see from Terrans, is this attack into the third base. But Ling's coming around the backside, and Mutalisks doing some work too. But another group of Marines is here. Do they want to move in? No. It seems like they're not interested in such activities as moving in. And also the natural base is lurkered up. So like... Oh, we're trying to oh my gosh, we're trying to jump right on top of these dudes. Everybody dies. A bunch of Mutalisks went down. There were at least 12 Mutas out on the field, and now there are only 6. So that's big time hits to Shine's army and just like value of army available. Not ideal, but I like, you know, the Zergling play. Ground Carapace upgrade is coming in. More Marines are coming out because, of course, there are 4 racks up with... Are we working on the more racks? Not really. Got a bit of an older replay. Got a bunch of idle SCVs up here, which is also not ideal. See, Shine can be late on his timings, and then Fantasy can have idle workers. And you know what? If you have idle workers, which you definitely do, because everybody does in StarCraft, don't feel too bad. Fantasy does the same thing sometimes. So Lurker's going to take down the temple blocking this whole back path area. Which, does he see that? He does see that. He knows there's lurkers up there causing shenanigans. So do you want to go kill those? You got permanent detection in the form of, you know, ye old science vessels. Irradiate getting researched here too. And I mean, this back door is going to be opened. It's just a matter of, it's already been scouted, so it's really hard to accomplish a lot if your enemy knows you're coming from back here. But you know what? I don't know, crazier things have happened. Sometimes entirely scouted huge attacks at a position where you see them coming still kills you. Ah, I love the factory block there. That's so smart. No, Terry died. Rest in peace, Terry. Okay. So forcing, well, I mean, that's a dead factory anyway. Forcing a liftoff, it's dead. All right, so Lurker's going to burrow up. They can harass these SCVs. They can kill Marines and help kill missile turrets up in this location. This is looking pretty good for Shine. He's up 82 to 78 at 13 minutes. Fantasy is blitzing across the map right now. He needs to get something done. Oh, but he loses a science vessel to a couple. Scourge. Brutal stuff. Lings are like, can we take down this bunker with our 0 attack upgrades? No, you can't. But Lurkers are shutting down all of the mining at this natural base entirely. Okay, there's one SCV working on those minerals. I think Shine might have done this, ladies and gentlemen. Remember when I was like, he sees this attack coming, he can handle it. Then, no, he couldn't. The Lurkers totally got on this high ground, and they're preventing all the mining here. And the longer this goes, the more catastrophic it is for Fantasy. Gonna pull back as the Lurkers burrow in, but this just buys time. Fantasy doesn't have time. He needs to go. And go he does. Defensive Matrix on that Marine to try to absorb some of the hits. All the Lurkers do die. Okay, that was a really sick move from Fantasy, and he's going to run down to this third. There's not a Nidus network or Nidus canal here to save it at all. Why are you going this way? He's worried about getting surrounded is the problem here. He's taking too many hits. Ling's freed up. Why are you going this way? There's nothing for you this way. You're still not dealing with this problem. You're trying to irradiate your way out of this problem, and it's kind of working, but it's very slow. Dude, Adrenal's on the way from Shine. He's up 80, well, down 92 to 84 supply. How's Fantasy up on supply right now? His income is garbage. All right, so finally dealt with this Lurker problem. We can go back to mining at the second base, but, oh, okay, that was, all right. That was big-time Lurker hits there. Some Marines escape, but I just don't... Like, I understand the concerns here. You don't want to attack into a situation where there's Sunkens at your front and Spines at your back. I get it, but I don't know really what else he could do. Because all he did was get denied mining at a second base for some time. And then he ran around with his Marines and killed some lurkers. That was nice. A bunch of lurkers did die during that attack. I will give him that. And I guess he's up 87 to 83 supply, so, Oh, nice Scourge targets there. The lurkers kind of getting targeted. None of them go down, though. Some Marines do pay for that. Irradiates on said lurks. We're down. Yeah, that one's burning down real nice. This is he snuck another one up here. Oh, Fantasy. Fantasy, I think you're dead, friend. Yeah, I mean, SCV's dying and also evacuating from the location as per usual. Fantasy's like, all right, cool. This time is for real. Science Vessel taking a bad path. Free drone. Haha, you don't get a fourth base. But this is really well, I mean, Ling's coming out of the Nidus there. He's trying to kill the Nidus Canal. He got the Nidus Canal. The Marines have 2 attack and 1 armor, which is great. And stim and some medic support here. There's nobody coming around the backside yet. So these Sunkens are dying pretty darn easily. Sunken down, and then you turn. And you don't have to worry about Sunkens at the front. Okay. Maybe Fantasy. Can he pull this off? Defiler goes down. Small group of Marines looking smaller by the moment here. They do manage to kill a lurker before he can burrow. That lurker's too smart, backs away and reburrows. That one dies. Fantasy. If you can kill this third base, that'd be pretty awesome, dude. Zergling's popping in. The Lings do have 2 armor and Adrenal, but no attack upgrades. Okay, this Extractor's gonna go down. This is going surprisingly well for Fantasy. He's reinforcing back behind this. But he doesn't have a scan available, and he's backed into a corner, and this lurker is going to kill everybody. Ow. And how much health do we have? Not enough. And this medic manages to sneak into a corner real hard. Drop attempt. Oh, beautiful jukes. Oh my gosh, disgusting jukes. 81 to 70 supply here, and we're going to unload in full view of everything and right inside Shine's main base. I'm going to pull back so you're really only dealing with the Zerglings. It's not as much of a concern because they don't have attack upgrades yet. Beautiful. They're buffering for the lurkers a little bit. Good scan available. Lurker down. Dude, Fantasy, he cannot possibly win this game after having so... He still has lurkers over here. What is going on? He's going to kill another Extractor, and the Spire's going to die, which, again, not a huge of a deal because I don't think that Shine's going to go for those all that much. Dude, I love this medic down here hanging out. But he gets the spawning pool as well. This one lurker goes down. Good splits. Good micro back there. Out of Fantasy, the Defiler Mount is going to die. It's 86 to 60 supply. Did Fantasy just pull back the comeback of the century? He deals with the lurkers for the second time. Again, it takes him 1 billion years to do it. This group inside the main gets completely wiped out. Unfortunate for them. And, I mean, this is another attack from Fantasy, though. Look at... If I think Fantasy's done it, I was honestly ready to write him off. I was like, Fantasy's dead, everybody. It was a good effort. Shine just had too much going on for him today. And GG! Shine taps out and Fantasy is your winner. In 18 minutes and 44 seconds. I mean, come on. Did you turn it off? Did you turn it off? You probably didn't, right? Absolutely fantastic ZVT. I feel like there are probably some people who are like, Terran who doesn't use siege tanks can't ever win against Zerg. Look at how terrible this is going. There's lurkers up here killing all his SCVs. He can't deal with them because he doesn't have siege tanks. I was with you, man. I was with you the whole way. And Fantasy's just like, I'm going to magically produce enough army units to where I can harass you to death, get some really good trades out, slowly deal with a lurker problem like in 5-minute intervals, which is hilarious. And then get the win. The drop in the main was sick. Drops are so key for this for the strategy to work, and Fantasy knew that. And then he's just killing lurker after lurker. Yeah, he's losing Marines. But how many Marines do you have to lose before it's not worth it to kill a lurker? A bunch. It is a lot. Lurkers are expensive, very gas heavy too, which makes them expensive. So GG, got our exploding hatchery here, blood flying all over the place. And yeah, it's like Fantasy never got a third base. Who needs a third base in 18 minutes? Who? I'm asking you right now. He doesn't go 8 racks. He just ends up going 6 racks, which is totally enough. At least in 2009 and 10 it was. I think maybe you would get more today, but on a third base, probably you get more, right? Right. Science Festival count, a bunch of them died, but sure, end of the game, there's a total of 9 or 7, because I can count. 7, which is a good number. There's really not enough Scourge to deal with those, and irradiate. Those lurkers are dead. There's no reclaiming the third base, and that's it. We're done. Wow. Sick game. Really, really good comeback there from Fantasy. 123,000 points from Shine, 91,000 from Fantasy. This is one of those games where the player with the fewer points wins. These are rare. This is a rare one. And look, I mean, look at the discrepancy. It's a full, what? 23 plus 9. It's like 130 plus, or rather 30 plus thousand point advantage that Shine has in this game. Absolutely crazy. He produced more units. He did not kill as many units. That's a big deal. And he lost a whole bunch. Is it resources? Yeah, a lot of it's resources. He outspent the Terran by 28,000 to 24,000, which in an 18-minute game really should be enough to win. But just the trades were super good here. Produced fewer units, Fantasy did. Killed 56 more units overall than the Terran did. And a lot of those units were lurkers and mutas. A bunch of it was zerglings. Yeah, and those, you know, that doesn't really do much for you as a Terran. But if you're killing big ticket items, defilers, lurkers, and mutas, you're gonna have a good time. Gonna have a good time tonight. So, well, I mean, just, wow, incredible. Incredible play. All right, nice. So that right there is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.